Some risque revelations and a little strong language now on LWT, but then it is the Frank Skinner Show.
When I was just a boy in school, I always loved to play the fool. They said it was a childish game, but now I've grown, I'm just the same. That's why when I'm walking out, people always stop and shout, "Fun time Frankie! Fun 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 time Frankie! I'm feeling fine in a frivolous frame of mind."
All right. What about the Skinnerettes? Thanks. I've got a bit of a cold, but I'm going to be all right, OK? Don't patronise me. So, what a week, eh? What a week. It said in the paper this week, great news, Osama bin Laden is an Arsenal fan. It's true. In 1994, he went to at least 2 games. They definitely know, but he went to at least 2 games. He even bought replica shirts for his kids, right? And he's got 17 kids, right? I tell you, you get the bill for 17 replica shirts. No wonder he turned against capitalism. Imagine it in the shop and him saying, "Yes, I want Bin Laden on the back, please." Everyone, yes. And 1 to 17. And can you put eye holes in the chest for the girls? I'll tell you something about Bin Laden. You know he's a multi-millionaire, Bin Laden. Yeah. And he lives in a cave. I can't think of any multi-millionaire who lives in a cave except him and Batman. And I reckon that's his hero. Apparently he wanted to style himself along the same lines as Batman, but the only name he could come up with was Bin Man. Which is not quite so glamorous, is it? And also, they'd have caught him because, like every bin man, as it gets closer to Christmas, he wouldn't be able to resist knocking on your front door and introducing himself. And he's made all these videos as well now, right? He's made 13 different videos talking about his beliefs and views and that. And they're all about an hour long. You could make a TV series, couldn't you? You could call it Tyrant on TV. But it's been a brilliant week, though, in lots of ways, because, you know, Kabul got liberated, and it was like there was all scenes of celebrations. All these blokes shaved their beards off. Did you see that? Which is always great telly, isn't it? But this week's a load of them. They shaved their beards off, and then they all set off to celebrate, and then they didn't recognise any of their mates. Had to drink on their own all night. It's rubbish. And the women, you know the women wear this thing they call the burqa, this traditional headdress that covers the face. They were allowed to take that off, and they were really excited. But at the party at the night, I don't know if you noticed on the night that they, a lot of them were still wearing it. And apparently their husbands had decided not to tell them about it, because they thought better to have one last night of female oppression than wait 4.5 hours for them to get ready. And they've got music back now in Afghanistan, which is fantastic news. Imagine going 5 years without music, eh? That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? And they were very strict about it. You couldn't play an instrument, you couldn't own an instrument, you couldn't own a CD. Apparently, in very, very exceptional circumstances, you were allowed to watch ZZ Top with the sound turned down. But that was it, right? The punishments were really weird. One bloke had to stand in a field, apparently, at one stage, and people mimed throwing stones at him, right? Because he'd been caught playing air guitar. Weird. So it's good news all round in Afghanistan. All the businesses are booming. All the people that sold CDs and tellies are all making money again. That's a good thing. The only people that are losing money is the shop that used to sell the traditional headdresses. They're called the Burqa King. They're going to lose a lot of money. But it is, I mean, we can laugh, some of us. But it must have been pretty terrible during the Taliban regime. All sorts of things went on. Do you know that if a women in particular were treated very badly there. If a woman spoke to a bloke who wasn't a relative of hers and was caught doing it, she'd be stoned to death, right? Terrible. And if they caught two women talking to a bloke like that, they would stone them side by side, get this, to save time. Isn't that? Yeah. Or as they called it, killing two birds with one stone. It's not funny, I know. And now they're worried about all sorts of health risks in there now with food poisoning and stuff. Apparently, ice cream vans in Afghanistan are selling very old ice cream that they had trouble shifting during the ban on music. Because what happened was the van would pull up outside people's houses, just sit there totally ignored and then drive off again. Nightmare. Now, there's worries that the soldiers of the Northern Alliance are being very cruel as well, especially to the captured Taliban troops. And the West are going to send in a couple of neutral observers, you know, to try and calm the situation.
They are monsters. They accused me of all sorts of things. They said I must pay for being so terrible. I was so scared, so terrified.
Oh, take no notice. Oh, come and sit down. Look, you've done really well to get this far. Look, really well. You should be very proud of yourself. He's right. What do they know?
Now, you know, I can still remember the lively debate that me and my mates had in the pub after watching this on Top of the Pops in 1982.
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry?
Ladies and gentlemen, Boy George.
Hello. It's very intimate.
It is. I like them close, though, don't you?
No.
Perhaps we can fix you up a seat at the back. So that's going back a bit then. I remember it well because there was a lot of debate. I don't know if you were aware of this. There was a lot of, is it a bloke or a woman debate at the time.
Frank, I get it every time I go out.
Still get it now?
Men come up to me and say, I thought you were a girl. And I say, turn me around and I am.
Yeah. Well, that's handy, isn't it? Oh, that's better than a Swiss Army knife.
I'm much better than a Swiss Army knife, trust me.
Well, you're just as sharp. You know, there's a book come out recently that claims that Hitler was gay.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Well, I don't think they're not saying that's what set him off. He had to keep it quiet
I
at
have
the
to
time.
say that all men are potentially queer.
Do you believe that?
Well, the male G-spot is in the anus.
That's where it is.
And if you haven't discovered that by now, you've been leading a very boring life.
Well, is that...
Well, of course.
Well, if I'd got a pen, I'd write that down.
You don't need a pen, you just need a good finger.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
just
it's
slipped
all right.
out.
No, but do you believe that all men are potentially gay? Or is that just a...
I think most men could benefit from being buggered.
In what way?
Then they have some idea what it's like to give birth.
Yeah.
Because it hurts.
Does it hurt?
Doesn't it?
That woman said it does. Are we talking about giving birth or being buggered? Giving birth.
Both, no?
Yeah. How rarely the two go hand in hand. Yeah, but you given birth? Twice? It couldn't have been that bad then. You went back for more.
It's a bit like buggery, really. I've been back for more, too.
Yeah, well, good for you. Oh, bless you for that. Now, there was a quote from Graham Norton in the papers this week that he apparently, in his youth, he went with the occasional female. And he says now he feels he's getting to a stage in his life where he'd quite like to try that again. I mean, I always think of you as a man who's probably tried everything in life. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I've tried a few things with women. Eyeshadows, eyeliner. I've done things, but I'm not prepared to talk about them on this show.
No, I don't expect you to go into detail,
Okay.
but I mean... if you take the logic... Yeah, OK, I get it. If you take the logic that every man is potentially gay, then presumably every gay man is potentially...
Absolutely. How can you not love what you are? Masturbation is still playing with a penis, even if it's your own.
Yes. You know, ITV isn't what it used to be, is it?
Well, you're encouraging me. I mean,
No, I'm
what
sorry.
Do you want, you know?
God, they'll be clamouring for Barrymore back at this rate.
What I really truly believe is that the human being is a multitude of sexual possibilities. You are what you are at the time, and that's it.
That's true, though, isn't it? Because when...
How many women think that all men are potentially queer? Come on, hands up. Oh, well, hands up. Not half up. Well, that's a few. That's a start.
You know, just seeing those fingers raised gave me a quite... How many men think that all men are potentially gay?
Well, none of them, obviously.
There might be gay men in the audience.
Come on.
Come out. It is an interesting subject, though. I mean, I don't want to dwell on it for too long.
Oh, go on. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, OK, yeah, I'm enjoying it as well. No, it is, you know, because I think when you first came on the scene, as it were, you were seen as shocking by George, and he's saying, you know, he's homosexual and he wears makeup and all that kind of thing. But now, you've become a kind of a, if I couldn't use a phrase...
Don't say it.
Well, a kind of a national treasure.
I haven't.
You have.
When I get into a lift with businessmen, they still freak out. Their rectums still quiver.
And you can actually sense that.
Oh, absolutely. You can see it in their faces. There's this idea that the world's become really liberal. That is such a load of crap. I did a thing in Romford about 2 weeks ago. It was 15-year-olds, about 4,000 of them. I've never had so much abuse in my life.
Really?
And that's the future of our society. I went to judge a Young DJ of the Year awards, and I got called every name under the sun. Batman, faggot, queer. And I was like, I went to school. I know what I am. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to kind of continue to open the debate about sexuality, because I think it's a grey area with a few pink spots. Anybody that can say 100% I am anything is mad.
Well, I mean, I've never actually tried it, but, you know, never say never.
Exactly.
That's what you do a deal. You go with a woman and I'll go with a bloke, and we'll come back
Why don't we
next
do it
week.
together?
Well... That'd
See
be...
who gets left out.
Yeah. Be great television, wouldn't it?
I was thinking of something more intimate.
We could call it Big Bugger.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Nowadays, you're a super hip, cool DJ.
I am. Well, I don't know about that, but
Well, you
I
are,
try.
though. It's about
I
the coolest
try.
thing to be now.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So, you've been a pop star and you've been a DJ. What's best?
Well, it's all music. It's all creativity. The difference between, I think, singing and DJing is that you can't really take people through the same array of emotions as a DJ. You've got to actually keep people on this kind of continual high because they're all off their heads. So you're like this kind of, you know, sort of ringmaster for a drug fest. Whereas at a pop concert, you can make people cry, you can make them laugh, you can have silly bits, you know, and that's the difference.
We've got a clip of you DJing in Bosnia.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like a... That must have been a strange experience.
It was, because that track that you just played,
Yeah.
the lyric is, you know, his arse is mine. That was my opening tune.
Oh, I did?
Because I walked into this club and it was so butch.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole experience was butch, you know, staying with the army, driving around in trucks, sleeping in literally a bunker. You know, I sleep in this little room. They added flowers and fruit and an ironing board, which was very kind of them. But I had to keep going down to the sort of Czech sort of department 2 floors along to shower and shave. So every time I left the building, I'd be surrounded by these quite butch Czech soldiers, which wasn't entirely painful, but
No.
you know, without your makeup on at 8:30 in the morning, desperate to pee, it's not a good look. But it was a fantastic experience, and I would go back.
Yeah.
Absolutely in a flash.
I went to a sort of rehearsed reading of a musical. It was in a little basement just off Old Street in East London. And all these people with scripts, and there was a band there and stuff. And the musical was called Taboo.
Yes.
And it's the story, kind of your life, I guess.
It's a story of a bunch of people during the New Romantic period in London. People like Marilyn, Steve Strange, myself, Lee Bowery. It's a whole host of people. These kind of dysfunctional creatures who came from equally dysfunctional families in the suburbs, came to the centre of London and sort of formed this new family, this clubbing family.
Yeah.
And it actually is on now, opens in January in the venue, which is the ex-Notre Dame Hall.
Yeah.
Tickets are on sale. And the guy playing me is a Scottish guy called Ewan Morton. Last Friday, we did a photo session with him in my look, and it was the most spooky, unsettling experience of my entire life. Because it was like seeing myself at 19.
Because when I went there, so we were in a small basement, and the guy sang Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, the guy who was playing you.
Yeah.
And you were in the room as well. And I think everyone in the room had the hairs go up on the back of their neck when he sang it. So for you, it must have been very strange.
It was strange, but I was kind of looking at the bigger picture. Actually, I was just desperate to leave. I actually ran out of the building 10 minutes before the end because I couldn't deal with whether people liked it or hated it. I saw you there.
Yeah.
Brian May from Queen, that was enough.
Yeah.
I was like, get me out of here.
Me and Brian were at everything. Are you courting at the moment?
I was recently seeing somebody who dumped me last week.
Oh, God, I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, I'm glad you brought it up.
Oh, right.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, dear.
His name's Julian.
Right. How long had that been?
I hope your mum's watching as well.
Does she not know?
She's a lot nicer than you are.
Are you looking for Mr. Right, George?
No, I found Mr. Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who is he?
He's gone.
Oh, God. Now you're Mr. Left.
Yes. I truly am.
So, well, I'm sorry about that, but someone will turn up.
They will, I know. They always do. They're like buses, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What, you get on the back? No. So you've done most stuff now. What have you got any ambitions left? Is there something that you would really, really like to do? I mean, professionally, you know, maybe. What's something you'd like to achieve?
I think the musical for me is important because I honestly really don't believe that I'm respected as a songwriter in this country. People think of me as a quip, as a guy in a hat with big eyebrows, and people forget that I make music. So for me, this project is hugely important because it will establish my ability as a songwriter.
Well, I found it really, because I don't remember the 80s, because I was drunk.
Well, I was drugged, so,
Yeah,
you know.
but I really did enjoy it. I saw it in its early stage. I thought it was great. I hope it's a big success. Thanks a lot for coming on, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Boy George. We'll be back in just a moment.
Selling John Smith's Extra Smooth isn't exactly the hardest job in the world, is it?
There are cheaper ways to travel the GNER route, or you could enjoy the amazing deal we have right now.
Tim, I'll just tell him where we are. Phil, how are you?
Oh, Steve, I don't know where to start.
I should have stayed in bed this morning,
That was I wish I hadn't asked. How are you?
Anyway, in point of fact, I fixed it myself, which I was really pleased with that.
Listen, Phil,
Are any of these votes going to mean anything? I don't know. So I raised this point.
turns out we're okay.
You should have kept it short and sweet with a text.
Dragged on and on. Oh, sorry, mate, I'm getting a text. Look, I haven't got time to talk now. I've got to meet Tim down the pub.
It's good to talk, but sometimes it's better to text. Vodafone, how are you? Oh, no. Oh, I need a petrol station. Right now. Oh, not in 10 minutes, but right now. Oh, I hope I'm going to make it. Ah, at last.
Right now at BP Connect, you get a free cup of freshly ground coffee when you buy a breakfast bap. Fill up at BP Connect.
Yo, DJ, pump this party!
Hey! It's back to the old school, volume 2. Have a word with yourself, mate. Oh my gosh! 40 massive old school classics. Get stuck in, you nutters. Do me a favour. Way! It's back to the old school, volume 2 from Ministry of Sound.
Still dead to the world.
Blast! Igor, bring me brain number 250.
But master, why don't you try using a Red Bull?
The brain of a bull? Are you mad?
Not a bull, Red Bull. It's the drink that stimulates the body. Look!
And what a body! Oh, come to Papa, my little boy!
But father, Red Bull also stimulates the mind, and I've made up my mind to become an actor. So I'm flying off to Hollywood. Red Bull gives you wings.
Consumed with rage.
It's like red flames in my stomach.
Anger is the only thing that keeps me going.
It doesn't take much for people to see red these days.
It sort of obsesses you.
I hate them all.
Brisson and Boiling Point, Red Mist 2, Monday at 10:20 on ITV1.
The nice thing about having your own chat show is that you can pack it with crumpet. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan. Hello.
Hi.
So, is that George's hat you've got on?
Yeah, he gave it to me today. Why,
Did
don't
he?
you like it?
No, it's nice.
Cool.
It's got a kind of a Ken Dodd feel to it.
No comment.
Yeah. So, I have to ask, are you or aren't you?
I am indeed. I'm 4 months.
You're 4 months pregnant.
I know. No one believes me because I haven't really got a belly yet.
Well, you're very slender, but
I'm trying to breathe it in
congratulations.
as well.
That's good, isn't it? So, are you happy or a bit scared or what?
Yeah, it was a shock actually because it come at the wrong time. But then nothing's ever planned, is it?
Well, some things are planned. I
This
understand.
wasn't.
No, okay.
So.
Dwight York is the father. Is that correct?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. But it said in the paper that he's not. Well, what's happening? What's the
Well,
situation?
all I can say is if my sex toys produce sperm, then that's a miracle.
Right.
He's the father.
Okay. And what's his view on all that?
Well, he's known since I was 5 weeks, so...
And is he happy? And
I don't know, really.
Well, are you going to have the child together? Are you going to be together?
Well, he was spotted with another woman last week, so...
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, I know. I've had a week, you know, you can imagine. So, I don't know, if he still wants to do all that, then no, I'm not interested. If he wants to stand by me, then he has to behave himself, but it doesn't look like he's got a record of that at the moment.
Right.
So, but I'm an independent girl. If I have to bring it up on my own, then I will.
Yeah, well, lots of women do, obviously. What effect is it going to have on your career, though? Because modelling is a, you know, pretty strict business for looks, isn't it?
Hopefully I'll be able to do my career after, but who knows?
But women nowadays, they seem to have a baby and you see them 3 weeks later and they look mega slim again.
Yeah, I don't know if that's surgery or anything. As you know, everyone, I'm an expert at that at the moment. I've had everything done, you name it, but...
Have you really, or is that...
Oh, come on, you know he's going to ask me anyway.
Well, it is. You know, I mean...
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
The old booze, the old... and the old...
Oh, you've had... Right, that was a fabulous description of the whole set. Yeah. We've got a picture, actually, when you were... in fact, I'll tell you what I have got. This is quite nostalgic. This... I bet you've kept this, have you? This was your first ever page 3.
Oh, do you know what? I look really minging in this picture.
No, you look nice.
In a corset.
This is June the 6th, 1997.
Yuck.
What?
Look at the barnet.
Well, the curly perm obviously is a mistake.
That's
but,
natural, actually. Don't slate it.
Oh, that's natural, is it? I knew we'd find something eventually. So, but you're obviously, you know, you're a very attractive woman at that age. You're a model anyway. So, what came first? What was the first operation?
Boobs.
Yeah. And you've had 3, is that right?
Well, the third one wasn't really to enlarge them, it was to change the shape.
Right. OK. Now, there was a debate in one of the tabloids whether you'd be able to breastfeed or not.
No, I'm not breastfeeding.
Right.
I've had enough done to them, let alone to have something sucking off them.
Yeah. Yeah, don't one of them horrible baby things all over. Yeah. Oh, slimy.
Nah.
So, what do you feel then is the public perception of Jordan?
Where do I start? Well, certainly not normal, anyway. A freak of nature, thick, someone who puts it about all the time, just out to party.
Yeah.
Wears loads of makeup, as I say that wearing loads of makeup tonight. Yeah. That's about it, really. Oh, they say media attention, that I'll do anything for publicity, go to an opening of a fridge door. Basically, how else can I slate myself? Just anything to slate me, really.
It depends what's in the fridge, really, doesn't it?
That's true, actually.
Yeah. And do you feel that any of that is fair?
What can I say? They print it, but at the end of the day, people close to me, and what I know is completely different to what I'm really like.
Well, you know, I'd like to know what you're really like, because a lot of people who know who Jordan is and are very familiar with pictures of you have probably never even heard you speak before, let alone know what you think about stuff.
And obviously, because I've had so much surgery, obviously people don't always agree, and they're like, oh, she's plastic, and, you know, I don't care, because I admit myself I've had surgery, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there who've had, like, a lot of surgery, like, a lot of stars, but they just don't admit it or they deny it. But what's the point in denying it? If the services are out there and they're using it, why deny it, you know, when people know, really?
I've got a clip of you.
Oh, no, please.
Well, this is taken at Hugh Hefner's mansion, the Playboy guy.
I haven't seen this, but I was drunk.
OK. Well, let's have... There you are with Hugh Hefner. And he's one of these blokes...
Oh, my God, I love it.
Oh, don't kiss that. He's one of these blokes who pretends he knows the lyrics and says them just after the song. Look at that. Oh, and that's Mini-Me, look. What a party that was.
That night, I swear to God, was one of the best experiences ever.
Oh, don't tell me that. Look, this is... you see, that's Hugh Hefner going upstairs with...
Hold on, but I wasn't there, though.
But listen to this bit.
Good night.
That was not one of the best experiences of your life.
No.
Didn't you just say you liked it?
Do you know what? I spent 3 weeks in that house with him and all his girlfriends, and it was just one of the best experiences of my life. And the party, and it's just such an eye-opener just to see what it was really like. And some of it was like unbelievable. I was like, I can't believe I can actually see this with my eyes, what's going on here. And I won't go in detail, but it was fascinating.
See, to me, when I watch that, it's like staring into the gates of hell. It looks, all those women all look like...
Plastic.
Well, not just plastic.
Just say it.
It just
all
looks...
look the same.
It all looks really hollow and horrible.
Personally, like, I have to be careful what I say here,
Yeah.
but him with them 7 girlfriends, and they're all quite young as well. To see all these girls say, oh, I love you, and at their age, and be all lovey, it's like, well, I couldn't do it type.
Now, I was watching that footage in the Hefner mansion, and look at this, the scene with Mini-Me, right? If you look at the woman's breasts on the left, they're actually bigger than Mini-Me's head. Look, if you just compare those... I reckon you could put Mini-Me's head inside that top and you wouldn't notice the difference. You're right in there, Mini-Me. There you go. So, is it showing yet, you think?
Is it?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
I hope not.
Yeah. It's a hell of a skirt, 'cause it's quite cold tonight.
Can you see my knickers in?
See your knickers?
I should have done a Sharon Stone.
I'll tear the sex of the baby in a minute. So, do you think you could pull any bloke?
No.
Because you're probably the most fancied woman in Britain.
I won't be anymore. I've got baggage to come with me now, haven't I?
Well, that's true. No, you're
you're not supposed to agree.
Oh,
you're
sorry.
supposed to give me sympathy.
Sorry. Well, I am kind of sympathetic, but...
Kind of.
Yeah. Contraception, have you heard of that?
Get lost.
OK, sorry. Now,
I have. Do you like to wear it?
I love to wear it.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I wear it with pride.
Do you? Well, I like the real thing. I don't like... Anyway, carry on.
Now I'm interested now. Yeah, but in the 21st century, you know, you have to be careful, don't you?
It's not my fault they don't pull out, is it?
Yeah, but what about stuff like... What about AIDS and stuff like that?
But this is one thing with me. This is another thing where people think I'm different. If I'm going to go out with somebody, I don't like sleep with them straight away. I make them wait, because my mum always said, if they wait for you, then you know they respect you. I don't know why I'm saying that, because none of them seem to respect me, but yeah, I do make them wait. And then, because I always think if I'm going to be with someone, I like to think of a future with them. So then, you know, when you're somehow down the line, you're not going to wear, like, protection, are you, for the rest of your, like, life or relationship?
Yeah.
So that's why I never... How long does it take, was you going to say?
Well, how long do you make them wait?
Long enough.
Right.
It depends. Well, I'm always gagging for it anyway, but...
I mean, they don't
about a month or so.
Oh, a month? I thought you were going to say you don't want them to miss the last bus.
Oh, hey.
No. Well, so are you happy?
No, I'm not at the moment because of the stress that what's gone on the past few days. At this point, at this moment, I am the most unhappiest person ever. So I'm trying to be brave.
Yeah.
Start for words there.
No, well, you know, to be absolutely honest, which you don't normally get on chat shows, I find it a bit worrying, really, because to me, you seem quite a fragile person. And the idea of you on your own with a kid, I think is...
Frightening.
Well, I feel, you know, it seems a bit of a shame.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a very strange chat show moment.
All right.
You think you're going to cope all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Well, you have to cope. Oh, come on, there's worse people out there than me.
Yeah, well,
a lot worse.
I'm not saying... You mean worse off people?
Yeah, and, like, mind you, I haven't got another half, really, to, like, enjoy it with me now, have I? So, get the violins out.
Well, you know, I mean, you're never going to be short of a bloke, but a bloke... Are you looking for love, do you think?
That's all I want.
Yeah?
Actually, deep down, I suppose I am quite an insecure person. And, you know, everyone wants to be loved, you know, and I've got a lot of love to give. But my barriers, I will admit, my barriers are always up until I can trust that person, because I've been hurt so many times.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to trust anyone.
Well, look...
I am trying to be brave.
Well, look, good luck.
Thank you.
And I really, you know, I hope it works out for you, because...
so do I.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan.
Thanks.
Well, I know it's going to be on my wall next year.
I love my little calendar girl every day of the year.
January,
You start the year off fine.
February,
You're my little Valentine.
March,
I'm gonna march you down the aisle.
April,
You're the Easter bunny when you smile. Yeah, yeah, my heart's in a whirl. I love my little calendar girl every day.
every day,
Every day
every day.
of the year.
September,
I light the candles on your sweet 16.
October,
Romeo and Juliet on Halloween.
November,
I'll give thanks that you belong to me.
December,
You're the present beneath my Christmas tree. Oh yeah, yeah, my heart's in a whirl. I love my little calendar girl every day.
every day,
Every day,
every day.
of the year.
Dirty boy.